Let's get right into it. You're bleeding, panicking, and convinced you're the next MacGyver with a Band-Aid. But hold up. Some first aid moves you swear by might be turning your ouch into an oh no. From old wives' tales to Hollywood heroics, people botch basic injury fixes more than they'd like to admit. Here's a countdown of common first aid mistakes that make injuries worse. And buckle up, because your survival instincts might need a timeout. Number 10. Rubbing a burn with ice. Imagine you've just scalded your hand on a rogue frying pan, and your genius move is to grab an ice cube like it's a magic eraser. Bad call. Slapping ice on a burn might feel like a cold hug at first, but it's basically telling your skin, let's freeze this party. The cold can deepen the tissue damage, turning a first-degree burn into a second-degree disaster by constricting blood flow and making your cells cry. Doctors say the right move is lukewarm water for 10 to 15 minutes, nothing colder than that. Your brain's rushing to numb the pain, but it's like putting a Band-Aid on a broken leg. It looks proactive, but screws you over. So next time you're dancing with a hot skillet, skip the ice tray. Your skin will thank you by not peeling off like a bad sunburn.
Number 9. Using butter on burns. Some folks swear by slathering butter on a burn like it's a gourmet toast topping. Picture this. You're in the kitchen, grease pops, and suddenly you're turning your arm into a butter sculpture. Gross and wrong. That oily mess traps heat against your skin, turning a minor sizzle into a bacterial buffet. The old school logic was that fat soothes, but it's more like inviting germs to a house party on your wound. Science says heat needs to escape, not get locked in with a greasy seal. Your body's already freaking out, and now it's dealing with a clogged pore situation on top of the burn. It's a classic case of grandma's advice clashing with biology. Skip the butter knife and grab some cool water instead, unless you want your arm to smell like a French bakery gone wrong.
Number 8. Popping a blister like a zit. You've got a shiny new blister from hiking in those trendy new boots, and your first instinct is to pop it like a satisfying pimple in a skincare video. Stop right there. Your hands are a germ factory, and that blister is your skin's personal bubble wrap. Bursting it rips off the protective layer, inviting infection to turn your foot into a science experiment. The fluid inside is your body's way of cushioning the damage, and popping it is like deflating your own life raft. Dermatologists say to leave it alone unless it's huge and painful, then sterilize like you're prepping for surgery. Your brain loves the instant relief, but it's a short-term high with a long-term ouch. So resist the urge to play dermatologist, or you might be limping to the doctor with a foot that looks like a horror movie prop. Number 7. Applying a tight tourniquet without a plan. Picture this. You're in a survival flick, blood's gushing, and you wrap a belt around your leg like a medieval warrior. Sounds heroic, but slap that tourniquet on too tight or leave it too long, and you're trading a bleed out for a limb amputation. A tourniquet is a last-ditch move, meant to stop life-threatening bleeding, but it cuts off all blood flow, starving your tissues of oxygen. The rule is 1 to 2 hours max, and only if you've got help coming. Your adrenaline screaming, save yourself, but without a clock or a clue, you're rolling the dice with gangrene. First aid pros say loosen it every so often if you can, but honestly, call 911 before you turn into a one-legged action star. Your body's tough, but it's not a fan of your DIY surgery skills.
Number 6. Ignoring a small cut that won't stop bleeding. You're slicing veggies, nick your finger, and figure a quick rinse will handle it, until the sink looks like a crime scene. Brushing off a cut that keeps bleeding isn't bravery, it's a one-way ticket to Infection City. That persistent ooze means your blood's struggling to clot, possibly from a deeper nick or a hidden issue like a vitamin K deficiency. Leaving it open is like leaving your front door unlocked for bacteria to waltz in. Medical folks say clean it, press a clean cloth on it for 10 to 15 minutes, and if it's still gushing, seek help. Your body's not kidding around. Your brain might shrug it off as no big deal, but it's like ignoring a leaky pipe until your house floods. Wrap it up properly, or you'll be explaining to the ER Why your kitchen doubled as a butcher shop.
Number 5. Putting alcohol on an open wound. You've seen the movies. Hero douses a gash with whiskey and grits their teeth like a cowboy. In reality, pouring alcohol on an open wound is like throwing a Molotov cocktail at your nerve endings. Sure, it kills some germs, but it also torches your healthy tissue, delaying healing and making you scream for no good reason. The sting? That's your skin cells panicking as the alcohol dissolves their membranes. Experts recommend gentle soap and water instead. Less drama, more recovery. Your body's already in shock, and you're basically adding insult to injury with a bar tab. It's a macho myth that's been debunked. So skip the liquor cabinet and let your wound heal without a sigh of agony. It's not a Western shootout.
Number 4. Moving someone with a neck injury. You're at a crash scene, adrenaline pumping, and you think dragging your buddy to safety is the noble thing to do. Hold up. Unless they're in immediate danger like a fire, moving someone with a potential neck or spine injury is like playing Jenga with their vertebrae. One wrong twitch, and you could turn a bruise into paralysis. The spine's a delicate stack of bones, and your heroic tug could misalign it faster than a bad chiropractor. First aid gurus say stabilize the head and neck with your hands or a towel roll and wait for pros. Your good intentions don't come with an x-ray. Your brain's wired to act, but it's like trying to fix a Lego tower mid-collapse. You'll just make a mess. Leave the heavy lifting to the paramedics unless you want a lifetime of guilt and a wheelchair.
Number 3. Overusing hydrogen peroxide on cuts. You've got a scrape and out comes the hydrogen peroxide like it's holy water for wounds. Sure, it fizzes like a science fair volcano, but drenching every cut with it is overkill. That bubbly action kills bacteria, but it also wipes out your healing cells, leaving your skin raw and confused. Think of it as napalm for your tissue, effective against germs, terrible for recovery. Doctors suggest using it once to clean, then switching to plain water or saline. Your body's already sending repair crews, and you're bombing the site like it's a war zone. It's a habit born from old first aid kits, but now it's just your skin paying for your overzealous cleaning spree. Ease up on the fizz, or your cut will look like a chemistry experiment gone wrong.
Number 2. Putting heat on a fresh sprain. You twist your ankle stepping off the curb, and your first move is to grab a heating pad like it's a cozy hug for your injury. Wrong move. Heat on a fresh sprain is like throwing gasoline on a spark. That swelling's your body rushing fluid to stabilize the damage, and heat just amps it up, turning your ankle into a puffy balloon. The RICE method, rest, ice, compression, elevation, is the gold standard here. Ice slows the inflammation, while heat's better for old, stiff injuries. Your brain craves warmth because it feels good, but it's like cuddling a swollen mess instead of fixing it. Studies show early heat can delay healing by days, so skip the hot water bottle unless you want to waddle like a duck with a grudge. Grab some ice and elevate that foot. Your ankle will thank you by not looking like a beach ball.
Number 1. Delaying help for severe bleeding. You're bleeding like a horror movie extra, but you think, I'll just wait it out. I'm tough. Nope. Delaying help for severe bleeding is the king of first aid fails. If blood's pumping out faster than a garden hose, your body can't keep up, and you've got minutes before it's lights out. Apply pressure with whatever's clean, shirt, towel, even a sock, and call emergency services pronto. Your brain's denial mode kicks in, convincing you it's not that bad, but losing 40% of your blood volume is a one-way ticket to a nap you won't wake from. First aid stats say quick action saves lives 90% of the time in these cases. It's not heroic to tough it out. It's dumb. So press hard, scream for help, and let the pros save your bacon. Your body's not built for starring in a tragedy.